there's just basics, there's fundamentals. Like the Bible says, the husband is respected, the wife is loved. There
Hmm.
is there is just regular, genuine roles that exist within a household. Every single member of that household is important. There's nobody above anybody else.
Just different functions. Like we're
Just
all,
different functions.
yeah, we're all equal, but we have different functions. And you said, oh, the wife needs to feel loved and the man needs to feel respected. We've heard a bunch of our pastors um, speak to this and how, yeah, like, and I think that is why a man is more drawn to career than women are typically, is because of that like biological design that I don't know if it goes back to like hunter gatherer days. He went out and hunted and he had to come back and show like I can provide for my family. And a man wants to feel respected. So I feel like that is why he is more drawn towards career. And a woman wants to feel loved, and I feel like that is why she's more drawn towards family and serving the family. And honestly, like that feels natural, that feels true to me. Even so, say you're not just following what the Bible says about it, it's just like it's literally ingrained into our DNA is how I feel.
Yeah, and just look at the way that we've been designed. It always goes back to the beginning, right? It always goes back to the basics. The man was created to work. That was his function. He
Hmm.
wasn't created to pet the animals or, to swim in
Yes.
the lake. He
And then
was
the wife to
created,
be the helper.
and the wife to be the helper of the husband,
Hmm.
which is just as important. We were discussing the fact that a strong woman, a wise woman, a wise wife always finds a way to uplift the household, which is the husband, and that union creates something incredibly powerful. So women shouldn't feel, by no means should feel inferior. In fact, I would say they are the more important part, of society, because they have such a great responsibility on their shoulders.
I like what Mike Todd said about how the woman is the main prophet of the household. Whatever she speaks into the husband is what it becomes. So if you're
Yeah.
speaking like criticism and lack and this and that, then like he begins to come into that. But if you're speaking encouragement and upliftment and like you can be successful and like we are going to be wealthy and happy and have this and that, like that's also what it can become.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I would, like I said, anybody who questions what is the role of what, I would just, like I said, go to the basics. Now, whether you believe in those basics or not, that's a whole different conversation. But to me, it's all biblical, and it clearly describes the reality of the world.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't feel like I was created to work. I do feel like I was created.
Oh, I know that.
I feel like I was created to create and to love and to be a cheerleader. Um, I go back to, I think I was in kindergarten when we had to make this chart and you had to write, like you drew we drew all these pictures and stuff. And it was the question of what do you want to be when you grow up? And I wrote, I want to be a cheerleader and I want to be a mom. And that's literally still true today.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, it doesn't mean that women pastors shouldn't exist or women CEOs shouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, I want to stress this point so hard because it gets taken out of context.
Yeah.
There is so many women out there who carry a lot of responsibility on their shoulders and are invaluable to the world. There is just more to it than that,
Yeah.
especially in the context of the household. There was actually a clip, I think, from Steve Harvey show, and this lady was asking him a question. She was, her and her husband are both in the military, and she had a higher rank in the military, which is, an interesting dynamic when your wife has a higher pay or
Yeah.
a higher rank, in the place where you work, which is a whole nother conversation. But, if I recall it correctly, she was expressing that he, felt a certain way at the house, like he still wanted to be the man of the house. And I
Yeah.
think what Steve told the woman is that, your function in that household is to be able to cater to your husband, not in a demeaning way, but uplift and inspire and motivate and be that support system outside of the workplace. And I think it's true.